Hey folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into Wave number 6 of DC Universe Classics action figures. Wave 6 came out in 2009 and it had a total of 8 figures. 5 of them were main figures, 2 of them were variants, and 1 was a collect and connect figure. As you can see here, I have 6 of the figures. I do not have the Recovery Suit Superman, which is a main figure, and I do not have Dr. Impossible, which is the variant of Mr. Miracle. I wanted to go over each of the figures briefly, and then my overall impressions for the wave. Let's go ahead and start with Mr. Miracle, which is figure number 1. And I enjoyed this figure. He seems to be a peg warmer, so I guess not a lot of people like this guy too much. But I enjoyed him. He had quite a few accessories. One of them was a neat hidden Easter egg type of figure that was located behind his belt here. You can see it here. He's got that Jack Kirby design from the New Gods. I really enjoyed this figure. I'm not sure why a lot of people don't like him as much. Number 2, figure number 2 out of Wave 6 is Hawkman. And I have to say that this was my most anticipated figure from the wave. And as soon as I got him out of the package, it was pretty much proven true. He has a lot of accessories like Mr. Miracle. He's got that sword, mace, and shield. But what I really was impressed with was the detail, especially with the wings and the articulation of the wings. It is really cool. This figure is really cool. I recommend this figure to anybody that's into action figures in general, not just DC Universe, but in general. It's just a really excellent figure. It is my favorite figure from the wave. Figure number 3 was Killer Moth. Now, this is a guy that I guess not a lot of people are a fan of, maybe because it's just so out there. And I initially agreed with a lot of what a lot of people were saying, but once I got this guy out of the package, he pretty much surprised me, because this guy is really cool out of the package. It's like a difference between night and day, between in the package and out of the package. I really don't know what it is. I think it's more the simplicity of the design, the really nice sculpting of the figure in general, especially the helmet. The wings were a little bit hard to take out of the package because it's so stiff and rigid, and the way they're laid out. But once out of the package, this guy quickly changed my mind. This is my second favorite figure from the wave. I think he's just really, really cool. Yeah. Figure number 4 was Superman. I don't have the recovery suit, but I do have the variant, which is Superman in the red and blue. And he's from the same time period, from the 90s. He's got the mullet. And I had a lot with my figure. I had a lot of quality issues, mainly with the paint and with the cape. It doesn't quite go down to his costume. It's clasped to his skin. Hopefully, other Superman figures didn't have the same issue that I had with this figure. And because of the quality issues, he's my least favorite figure from the wave. On here, figure number 5 is the Captain Marvel. And when I initially got this guy out of the package, I was pretty impressed with the figure. But once I lined him up with the rest of the figures, I was kind of disappointed, because he's kind of small compared to the rest of the figures, and I thought he'd be a lot bigger. But the figure overall is really nice and detailed, especially with the cape here. And at first I didn't understand why he had the square shoulders, but after some research, I found out that it's actually part of his costume. It's square cut, like a sort of like a military uniform, and also here on this fold on his costume with the little clasp, little right here, you can see that little dot here. If they had added a little shading, I would have recognized that the fold, square cut shoulder and fold in his costume, I would have recognized that was actually part of his costume. Because back in the 70s, I was used to the Captain Marvel character with the body hugging suit, and this kind of threw me off. But now that I know that it's part of his costume, I like it a little bit better. But just his size in general is kind of short, so. And the final figure that I have is from Wave 6 is the Collecting Connect, which is Kalibak. And I think this guy is really cool. He's very detailed, especially like his fur or his hair over here. I mean, just the face sculpt is really detailed. He's got the Kirby dots and lines on here. Even here, see, like here you recognize he's got a square cut design on his left arm here. That maybe that Captain Marvel had like one fold over on Captain Marvel's costume, one fold of the cloth. I probably would have recognized that more as part of the costume instead of a defect. But anyways, back to Captain Marvel. I mean Kalibak. This guy is really neat. I mean he's my first Collecting Connect figure, but just the detail in this guy is pretty neat. He's not the biggest guy. He's not like Atom Smasher or Giganta, but he's rather small, but he's still big compared to the rest of the wave, size-wise for width and just a little bit of height. But just the detail of this guy is just really neat. For Wave 6 in general, I can't do too many comparisons since I don't have complete waves of the other ones, other complete figures from the other waves. But overall, I enjoyed Wave 6. Other than some quality issues with the Superman, each of the other characters I really enjoyed. Hopefully, the other waves are just as detailed and fun to pose. So I'm looking forward to collecting the other ones. As far as the Dr. Impossible and the Recovery Suit Superman, I'm still on the lookout for those guys. So hopefully I can find them on the shelves with some refresh cases. Thanks for watching my video on Wave 6 of DC Universe Classic Action Figures. And I'll see you next time.